Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders in GMS. Shalom to the brothers and a few sisters that listen in. I just want to, do a quick video. I'm gonna call this the mini, proud, the wicked. I got this idea from work. I work at a location, a warehouse where we deal with apparel for the military. And I thought about the Marines, the few, the proud, the Marines. So I call this the mini, the proud, the wicked. And I was having a conversation with my boss, my supervisor. I just sometimes let them talk. They don't know anything about who I am, but I let them talk. And sometimes I like to get information from people speaking. You let them speak and they give you information. So when he was talking, he was actually talking about the whole thing that's going on, with the George Floyd thing, and basically how a lot of these shootings is going to lead up to them wanting to take their guns. And he's a guy, he's a gun owner, proud gun owner, Edomite. When he was talking how his brother, let me turn this down a little bit, Salaka. How his brother was a president of a gun club, and he was just talking about guns and how much he loved guns, and how sometimes he has two AR-15s in them. He just sometimes load them up, shoot them, like to go shoot. Him and his brothers, him and the people in the gun club, and he was just talking how he made it. I don't know if the statistic is on point, but I do know is he made a claim that there's 110 more gun owners than the actual military, right? So this man was talking proudly about being a gun owner and just saying how that's not going to happen. They're not going to take his guns away, right? But that's typical Esau, the wicked, right? So we're going to go start off at Genesis 25. We're going to go Genesis 25, so we know who. And we're going to point out the wicked, the proud, right? But first off, we want to know who the wicked is. So let's go Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red all over like in hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Let's read that again. Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. So when we look at the actual person, we know white people are not white. We know so-called black people are not black, right? So the so-called white man, his blood show forth through his skin. You can see he's red. He's red. When he gets mad, he's red. When you smack him, when you smack him, he turns red, right? And then when he bruises up, you can see the red, right? That was a sign that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gave us. That he gave us through actually his through from the first curse from Cain. So we know who the first murderer is, and who is the enemy is, right? So Esau came out red, and that's that's today who we call the so-called white man, right? So this man was acting very proud. Let's go to Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So Esau was a cunning hunter, right? That's his. In Genesis 27, they talk about how Esau's blessing. Isaac gave Esau's blessing. Esau's blessing via Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai was the sword, right? But let's look up cunning hunter. Let's go ahead and get that. Let's get that. Let's start off with cunning. So cunning, to know, to learn to know, to perceive, To perceive and see, let's go look at the Strongs. You know, they got some more. To have knowledge, be wise, to know how, be skillful in, right? Cunning, you know. To be made known, right? Let's see what we got here. Used in the let's go. You know, be aware, appoint, you know, declare, be diligent, good one, discern. Let's actually go into the Google as well. Sometimes Google, you know, give you a good. So I already looked up hunter. Let's go. But we're gonna go cunning. Then we'll go into hunter. Cunning, having or showing skill in achieving one's ends by deceit or evasion. You know, crafty, wily. Here's some similar words. Crafty, you know, wily, artful, guileful, devious, sly, knowing, scheming, designing, tricky, slippery. So Esau was tricky, a tricky hunter, right? A clever hunter, right? Sharp hunter, sharp-witted, skillful again. Ingenious, right? Resourceful, wow. Imaginative, wow, right? So these are words that are similar to cunning, right? And I already had hunting. Let's go back into that. Let's go into the Strong's definition for hunter. Hunting. So hunting, game, right? Hunting, game hunted, provision, food. You know, when you hunt for food, right? Victual, so venison hunter. You know, somebody hunts for those things, right? Food hunting. Let's see what Google says. Well, while we there. You know, a person or animal that hunts. You know, hunting, breed, astronomy, clock making. All right. So we know Esau is slick, sly, devious, you know, deceitful, skillful hunter. You know, it's a game to him, like it said in the Strong's definition. It's a game to him, right? That's what he loves to do. He's a cunning hunter, right? A man of the field, right? Let's look at this clip. And the reason why I want to show you this clip, because when I was talking to my supervisor, you know, and I was just thinking about how proud these guys are, and for some reason this movie came to mind, and how I was thinking of how Esau is just a cunning hunter, because he was talking about how he loved to hunt, get his AR-15, go shoot it out in the woods. I'm like, man, who does that, right? Go shoot. He likes to shoot and go hunting with his guys. Let me show you this clip real quick.
Help us with our hunts out in the wilderness.
So this movie is called Surviving the Game, right? This movie comes from the book that I actually read in school called The Most Dangerous Game, and it was a book. And when he was talking this, for some reason this movie came up.
Sure about this one? Home shows. Has he got courage?
Gentlemen, I would like you to meet our new hunting guide, Mason.
Here's a toast to the hunters and a prayer for the hunted. The hunt begins now.
Just let me get the door for you. Go.
We're not really gonna hunt him, are we?
He's nothing. He's less than nothing.
Come on, Mason!
Look what he said. He's nothing. He's less than nothing. You see how Esau? That's what that's how he feels about us. Jacob was ultimately, he's a cunning hunter for who? For who's his prey? What's his game?
Take any part in this.
I want you!
If you make it to civilization, you live. If you don't, maybe God will have mercy.
I think he's gone back to the cabin.
None of them has ever done that before.
Mr. Mason!
What's that smell?
Everybody out of the cabin!
Might not be rare.
Job well done, bitch.
Jack Mason knows he's going to die someday.
Damn, wish I'd never started smoking.
But today,
You see? So you see? Esau he gets off on hunting and killing and destroying, right? That's his blessing, right? He gets off on that. Now we got to know, okay, so now we know Esau is the so-called white man, and we know, he loves to hunt and prey. Who? Jacob, starting with the elect, but Jacob, Israelites, not even just starting with the elect. Jacob in general, right? The 12 tribes, right? As you can see what's going on right now. Man, you see what's going on in the streets, right? They like to shoot their gun at Jacob, right? That's what they do. But let's go into scripture. Let's go into Job, so we can point out who the wicked is, It's a lot. People wanna act funny, so we're gonna go to Job. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right? We know right now, we look who's in charge. Right? It's the wicked. Right? Everything that we see is just horrible. It's wicked, right? That nothing goes good for anyone that lives here, right? Only the wicked gets off on being wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, and they've been doing that since they became in power, right? The Amalek called themselves the Jewish, right? They took our dinner. They walk around like they're the Jews, like they're the holy people, when we know that's a lie, right? And if not, where and who is he? Right? Let's go to Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So are people rejoicing right now? Ask yourself. Are people walking down the street, like for the most part, rejoicing right now? No. We see when we look on the devil tube, right? When we look on TV, what do you call it? Tele vision, right? You see nothing but horrific things on TV. You can't. I love to watch Elder Manata Zapbar news feed, and it's just 3 hours of just horrific things that's going on in the world right now, right? But when the wicked bear rule. But let's bring it back. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So people are not rejoicing right now. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So you see people mourning right now. So we know when we look around, who's in power? It's the so-called white man, right? So we know that the so-called white man has to be the wicked, right? And we know the people that you see struggling, and people that seeing most of the wicked things being done to them, they may be the righteous, right? Or starting with their elect. And then when our kingdom is established, it will be the 12 tribes of Israel, right? So let's go from there, and let's just there's a separation. So you see the separation between the two. There's a distinction between the wicked and the righteous. You can see it clearly, right? Let's go to Romans. We're gonna make, like I said, we ain't gonna make this long. Let's go to Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved. So that's Jacob, which is Jacob later name was his name was later changed to Israel, right? The 12 tribes of Israel. but Esau have I hated, right? So it's again a separation between the two manner of people from the womb, right? So we know the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and when the wicked is in rule, the earth mourn. So we see the so-called white man, Esau, is in power. But look what the letter of Paul, which I later found out that the understudy Timothy wrote this for Paul. But look what it says in Romans 9:13, as it is written from Malachi, right? Because he got that from Malachi. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Right? Let's go to Malachi so we can see the wicked and also the proud. Because this we call this the many, the proud, the wicked, right? So let's go to Malachi. It's Malachi 1. And we can start at 1. The burden of the word of the Most High to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Most High. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Most High? Yet I love Jacob. So right here we know that our brother, our twin brother, right, is a distinction between the two. The Most High loved Jacob. And look what he said in verse 3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and inherit his ways for the dragons of the wilderness, right? Again, the band of the field, right? Whereas Edom saith, right? Because Esau, Edom, is the people. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. But look right from here. We are impoverished, but we will return, right? Because that's when they was on punishment and they came back to like it says in Genesis 27 to when they came back upon that from that yoke, from being cast out. But look what it says. But he will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Most High of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. Because that's the proudness of their heart. They still like, man, we're gonna build it up regardless. But the Most High said, I will throw down. And they should call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Most High had indignation forever. So this is Esau, and everything that stemmed down from Esau, Edom, the Edomites, all the way down to the leading branch of the Edomites was the Amalekites, right? Which the Lord have indignation for them forever, right? Let's go to Habakkuk. So that we can we seen the example how proud Esau is, right? He has a God complex, right? He knows that he doesn't have the blessing, but he walks around proud, right? Habakkuk 2:4. Habakkuk 2:4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Again, his proudness, right? But the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, also because he, right? That's Esau talking again about Esau, transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell. Again, so again, a man neither keep at home. He's in everybody's everybody's country with his embassies. That's how he rock. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Hell. It could be, hell is not no fiery place with a red guy with a pitchfork. We know hell. It can be the grave. Hell can be a condition, which is a hellish condition. So hell is also destruction, and it's gonna further. And is as death, it cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So again, that's Esau being proud, you know, and that's what happened. He gathered unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. He's in everybody's continent with his embassy. That's how Esau rocked. He got to be everywhere. He got to show. He got to pump. He got to poke out his chest. That's how he moved. That's how he rocked. And what man we see today who does that? It's easily the so-called white man. Right? So let's go to Proverbs. Matter of fact, let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses should continue forever. That's again the proudness of Esau. And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. They go into your town and put their embassies there. They go into they since day one, you know, they came over here. What was this guy's name? Man, what was the guy's name? I'm drawing a blank. But they call over here to the Americas. What's his name? Let me make sure. I got his note here right here, so we don't mess that up. What was his name? Amerigo Vespucci. Amerigo Vespucci. Look him up, right? And over here in called America's the Americas, right? And then you have the guy over there in Leo Africanos. You know, it's just that's what they do. They name these lands after themselves, right? And we know that guy was a so-called Arabian, right? But that's what they do. That's what the wicked do, right? Let's go on. For the most part, Esau, everywhere he go, he got to put his name on everything, right? Just like he put his name on up. He put his name and say he was Jewish. He was a Jew and call himself Jewish, right? Let's go to let's end it off. But that's their inward thought, their proudness, right? And like and it's great news. It's great news. I'm gonna go right. I'm gonna show you the great news. Let's go to Proverbs 15. And we'll start at 25. Proverbs 15 and 25. The Most High will destroy the house of the proud. Right? So who's the house of the proud again? The wicked Esau, so-called white man. But he will establish the border of the widow. Right? So that's us. Right? The thoughts, starting with the elect. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord. Remember that? A disgusting thing to the Lord. Because remember that inward thought is... right? But that's how he feel about their thoughts. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Most High. But the words of the pure are pleasant and pleasant words. Again, that's us. Just starting with the elect, right? And then let's just end it off right here. Go back to Malachi. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly. So we already know who that is. Shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up. So they're gonna kindle in that fire. They're gonna, oh man, that's a beautiful thing. Saith the Most High of hosts. Hosts mean armies. So the Most High's army, the Most High of armies, right? That it shall leave them neither root nor branch. That's beautiful words that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua give us. That the day there will be let's bring it back. Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. That shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. For that's that great furnace that's coming. That's that nuclear destruction that's coming. It's gonna burn everything, and they're gonna be stubble for that fire. They're gonna, right? So with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash. Again, double honors to the apostles and elders that rule well and teach well. And shalom to the Akim, the brothers and the sisters, and a few sisters that listen there. Shalom.